All right, guys. So with eFootball 26 coming to an end, right? We're going to eFootball 27, and there's some things that the game needs to change. So there's some important things that need to happen for eFootball 27 to be a better, even better game than eFootball 26, right? Let me reclaim that real quick. So I didn't want to sit here and make the same video that everyone makes, talking about the same thing every single day. Servers, we need better servers, script, DDA, pay to win is crazy, position token, skill token, and all of that, right? All of that is great. Like, we need that in the game. Like, there's no way in 2026, right, we have these problems again, especially in the big game for a big AAA company like Konami, right? There's no way we should be having that. But my point is, these are things that, but what I want to mention today is those things are kind of niche, right? The things that people can look at and be, oh, like this actually is a good thing that can happen in this game. And I think I got something here. So let's get right into it. Another thing I want to add is that, of course, we need more game modes, right? We need more things in the game to make it good. I just want to put that disclaimer first. The reason why we play eFootball is for the gameplay, right? FC has better game modes, all the game modes, all the licenses, but a lot of us don't play FC. Why? Because we don't like the gameplay. And like I said, FC has all the things. They even have the Champions Leagues, right? But we don't play that game. Why? Because we don't like the gameplay. We love eFootball gameplay, well, at least I love eFootball gameplay. But it's not because we love something that doesn't mean it cannot be better. So that's the things I want to talk about today. It's gonna be a shorter video than I usually do, but I just want to point these things out and talk about them. So I want to mention these things. They're a little niche, like I said in the intro or in the development of the video, but I think these are very important things that I would want to see in the game that will make my gameplay and my experience better. And I know I'm not the only one because I'll put some extract in the video that show that a lot of people are also interested in the things I'm talking about. So the first thing I want to talk about is the theme teams. So like not everyone in this game loves to play meta. I understand if some people love to play meta, right? Some people love to play like Hullet and all of that. But I put a poll on Reddit. I'll post it on the screen and you guys can see. So the poll was pretty much saying, uh, are there any other people here that like to play with teams, right? So I play with the Ivory Coast team, and I'll probably show it on the screen right there. So yeah, I play with the Ivory Coast team. Three people at the back, right? A defensive mid, and if you look at my bench, it's pretty solid too, right? Not bad. But I think eFootball completely underestimates how many people like want to play with players they actually like, right? Not every game has to be a sweaty game. Not every game has to be the same, thing. Not every player wants to play the same way. Like sometimes other people want to play with Brazil, you know, Japan, Nigeria. There's a lot of other teams, right? Even smaller teams like Indonesia, Thailand. I've seen Konami release during the World Cup. There was some of that too. That was great, right? But we need more of that in the game. And like for me, for example, right, my team is right there. I'm trying to build a full Ivory Coast team, and right there's some good players in here. I would say my team is pretty decent, even though collective strength is not as high, but it's pretty decent, right? And I have some good center backs and defenders too. But this team took me a long time to build. I would say I finally finalized it like this year because I was missing a lot of cards. Like my goalie, right? I was missing a goalie, right? I was missing a lot of things. And that is my point, right? I want to mention that because if I want to build a team, I don't want to wait 6 months every time for a new player to come out. Like this player right here that I highlighted, like right here, right? He's one of the I mean, he's young, he's 19, right? But he's one of the brightest talents coming out of my country. And we were taking Konami took so long to release him, and the day they finally released him, I was so happy, so excited. The same thing goes with Yan Jamande. Like I wanted him for so long. I was following him 19 also, following him all the way since the Bundesliga. He won Bundesliga Player of the Year, right? Great player, right? He recently signed with Real Madrid. This is the type of player I want on my team. That's the type of player I want to play with when I log into Efootball every time. Also, Drogba, great card, right? Yeah, to a part of the meta. That's why I said my country or the team that I want to play with is a little bit meta. They have a lot of good players, but I want to shout other players in other countries too. And it can also not be only countries. It can be let's say a team, right? A club team that is not sponsored, right? There's a lot of them. Let's say Parma. I think Parma is sponsored, but teams in the Prem, right? Also MLS teams. I know they used to run that a long time ago, but they don't do it anymore, right? These are some teams, some things that people will enjoy, right, having in the game, and I think this is a great shout too. And a way that I think they can, implement that is using the selection contract, because the selection contract are like pretty much useless right now. Right. I'll probably show how many I have right now. I have one 5-star and one 4-star. So there's no need to use them right now. I haven't selected my legend assembles too. I don't know which one to pick. If you all know, put in a comment. I don't want to pick Aguero because the last time I picked Cannavaro, I didn't pick Cannavaro. I picked Caceres. He was pretty good, and everyone picked uh, Cannavaro. But I don't know. I like to pick underdogs and like things that people don't pick. But anyways, that's besides the point. I was talking about the selection contract, right? Like, I don't want to use my selection contract like on these players. Like, of course, people like them. There's a lot of people who want De Jong, a lot of people who want Odegaard, but like Konami could use the selection contract to make them more important. Like I was talking about Malaysia, they have it here. Thailand, they have it here. Great, but they didn't release, Ivory Coast. Even though Malaysia and Thailand, they didn't play the World Cup. It's great for them, right? It's great for them to be in the game. But I'm just saying they didn't release my country, right? Or like the team that I want to. So yeah, it gives us more national teams or like theme teams so people can, enjoy the game and have fun playing this way, right? They can also do like an event, like for example, right here when you click on events they have these things to get 4 stars to get whatever, right? They can do more of that. So for example, the players that were released in the past, for example, my country, let's take Ivory Coast, right? A player that was released in the past for Ivory Coast, when I check on eFootball hub, I still see they're still in the system, right? So they're not the most meta players, but if you can just release them and then I can use a selection contract to get these players on my team is gonna be way better than waiting 6 months for a pack to drop. And if I miss the pack, it's pretty much cooked. And again, I'm not saying these players need to be meta or need to be whatever. Like they released this guy, a Denver. He's not like the card is pretty mid, right? But like it's good to have them. If they can't hang in Division 1, it's okay. You know, we just want to have them and have some fun with them and play with them, right? And I think Konami can do a good job at that by giving players more ways to enjoy the game, right? Instead of constantly pushing everyone towards the same meta, the same players, the same Hullet, right? The same Ibrahimovic, the same what's his name? Buffon, right? And I was mentioning that the last time I made my other video that everyone plays the same, right? Everyone has the same players. Everyone is running the same formation. Everyone is running the same thing. And I put this chart, oh, not even a chart. I was looking at the classification. Everyone is playing the same thing. This guy's playing a different formation. Great, right? But if you go down to everyone's playing 4-2-2, 4-2-2, 4-2-2, and I think people have enough players, right? I saw this funny post on Reddit. People were saying that you have enough players, right? Konami's always releasing the same players. Of course, the better version of the players, but the same player nonetheless, right? I have this Vinny, right? There you go. I have this Vinny on my team. I have two Vinnies, right? I got this one for free from first spin. And then the second one, I wanted a Vinny that can dribble, right? I love playing down the wing, which is another thing for later in the video. But yeah, I have this Vinny right here, okay? I love this Vinny, right? He was great. When he dropped, I got him. Like physical contact, everything was great. But when the second Vinny dropped with Blitz Curler, I wanted this Vinny. So I got two Vinnies now on my team. And I feel low key bad because I'm not gonna use both Vinnies, right? I can only use one Vinny at a time. So that's what I'll be talking about. Like, you guys have enough players. There's no need to spin for more players. And if you want to, right? If people want to spin for more players, it's okay. They can do it. But I'm just saying there need to be more diversity in the game. That's what I'm pushing for eFootball 27. Yeah, that is one of my biggest problems in this game because even though we get all these players, all these big time players, Latan, Hullet, right, all of them, but everyone ends up playing the same way, right? Which is transitioning into my other point. People always play the same way in this game, and I understand it's all about the meta, right? I'll put some clips so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but I've talked about this before. This game is way too central. Wing play is like completely dead. There's no one playing on the wings, right? Everyone is just forcing the ball down the center, playing 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, right? When you look at the top players, there will be no formations. Everyone is playing 4-2-2, 4-2-2. Four people at the back, right? Four defenders, one defensive fullback, two center mids, right? And two offensive mids and two strikers. It's always the same thing, the same play every time, right? And what do? They pass into the middle, 1-2, turn, 1-2, turn, wait for the defensive AI to move, and when he moves, play the through ball, right? Like they do that all the time. I will put some clips, like I said. I know I put some Meds clips on here. Like I love Meds, right? He's great guy, great content creator. Like his content is always top tier. I'm not gonna say he's a bad person or he's a bad player, he's a bad content creator. No, I think he's pretty good. He's pretty decent. But when you watch his clips, right? This he was playing against the top 300 too. But I couldn't bring myself to watch 12 minutes of that. He was just playing the same way, and the guy was playing the same way too, as you can see on the screen, right? They were just passing 1-2, loses the ball, 1-2, losing the ball. Like they don't even take two touches, one touch, one touch, one touch, one touch, right? And when you get to the top, I don't know, Division 1, not even top anything, Division 1, everyone plays the same way, the exact same way, like 1-2, 1-2, and they play longbow counter too. So it's like low blocks versus low blocks, right? Everything is going on through the middle, not even the attacking third, but the middle, right? Just spamming that through ball, 1-2, 1-2. And if people want to play like that, it's okay, right? I don't complain. But some people actually want to play differently, but they can't because the game meta is forcing you to play a certain way. So I want, right, things to change. And they play the same way, right? Longbow counter, longbow counter. We'd be complaining. I saw Nick RTFM, right, complaining about, rats and stuff. Like it's easy to call them rats because the way I'm not saying Med is a rat, right? But I'm just saying the way they be playing, the way every one of them is playing, people call them rats. Like it's easy to call them rats, right? That they all play the same way, longbow counter, right? Four or five people at the back, six people defending. Defensive AI is crazy, right? But I think it's a gameplay issue. It's not a player based issue. Because of course the players are gonna do what's best for them to win the game. And if that is, playing 1-2 through the middle, they're gonna do that until they can win, right? So what I really want to mention is Konami needs to step it up and do something different, right? So I think wingers should be way more valuable in this game. Like we should have wing play should be back in Konami or in eFootball or PES, right? I used to love it PES, but now it's eFootball. I'm not saying back like in FC. In FC, you can spam like 15 Rabonas, 15 step overs and stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the OG pass, you know. You didn't need 15 step overs, but you could do anything to make it work, right? Again, we see signature moves like players like Neymar, right? They can do whatever they want to do. The Neymar flick, the Neymar dribble. Like it's good to have special skills on players, you know. So it gives you an incentive to use this player. Like if all the players can do all the same skills, what's the point of using this particular one? What's the point of using Lamine Yamal? What's the point of using Neymar if you can do the same skill with Vinny, the same skill with whoever, right? That would be a great addition. Having players actually have special moves if they actually do in real life. So another one I want to talk about is they remove basic stuff, right? Things that even need to be removed. Like for example, this juggling clip, right? You can juggle. You could juggle in the past, but now you cannot juggle anymore. This function is dead. They removed it. They have some things that are still in the game. Sombrero heel trick, right? These are cool to watch, right? Cool to do. They're not meta. They're not the thing that will make you win. But you know, they're cool to do if I want to do it during the game. Like Sharky, he did it during the game against Arsenal. That was cool to watch, right? So some people want to have that in the game, but Konami is not rewarding that. They're removing it in the game. And if they're not removing it, they're not rewarding it, right? The Bergkamp flick, another beautiful thing, beauty, right? Hocus Pocus, they removed it. I don't know why. The same thing, they removed the Marseille turn, and then they added the new tap trick. We didn't ask for that, right? But they just removed it. But people don't care. Why? Because the game is too central centric. So Konami can remove it and bring it back as pay to win. But we need more wing play in this game. That's what I'm trying to push out. Also, the rainbow flick. No one is using the rainbow flick anymore. Why? Because it's not rewarding and it doesn't even work. Like you have a player that has all the things necessary to do the rainbow flick. He's gonna do it. It's not gonna be the same. Like it's not gonna hit as beautiful as it's supposed to hit. Like the skill is in the game only to be able to do the skill, not to actually make it work. You know what I'm saying? Now, they have also simming fouls. Like you can simulate that you got fouled. They removed it from the game because I've never seen anyone do it. Like I would love to do it, right? I would love to have a Neymar go down the wings since I play out wide, right? Go down the wings, dribble, and have my right back or my left back overlap. So like there's actually players paying attention to my winger dribbling down the wings. You know, like these are some of the things that I think like could be great in the game. Another thing is I love to do that. Goalies that can play out from the back, like it's such an underrated ability. But Konami has it in the game. Like I said, they have some things in the game. They have the skills in the game, right? But they're just there to be there. They're not optimizing. They're not making it worth people using it. So that's what I'll be talking about. These are some of the. I say I'll make the video short. I know it's probably long right now, but this as short as I can make. I have a long list of other things that could be used for 27, like the boost for the Trendyol Super League. That could be another great addition too, right? So these are a little bit some of the things that I wanted to touch on, like for 27. You know, not talking about the same thing everyone is talking about every time, every day, talking about the epics, talking about the script. We know these supposed to be removed, but I'm just mentioning these, you know.